Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and we are coming to the end of our July challenge. We're on day 25 and 26, and I'll explain in a moment, where we're trying to find 10 items in 10 minutes to free up our mind and make our home more functional in the process. So, one of the things that I always want to be on my channel is transparent, and I am a mom first and foremost, and so yesterday just didn't go as planned. My little fella, I believe, is teething again, and he just needed mommy. And so by the time I was able to actually get to the point where I could do a video, it was too dark outside and in my laundry room to actually film a video that was going to be appealing to you guys. So I opted to spend the day with my son, and today we're going to tackle day 25 and 26 together, because sometimes life happens, and even though you're in the middle of a challenge, you may not get to do your 10 minutes, and that's okay. So without further ado, I have it set for 10 minutes. We're going to try to do 2 10-minute sessions, because he may wake up and need me. I have my iPad with me, set for 10 minutes, and we're going to get started. I'm still going to do 10 minutes just in the event that we don't get through it. So this tends to be a hot spot in my house because it's straight off of my back door right there. I bought this the other day because it was only $12, and normally these things are $75 I've been seeing on Amazon to be able to store our dog food in, to make it look a little bit more aesthetic when you walk in our back door, because we do store it in our laundry room. So that will be going. This, I went and bought groceries again the other day, and it tends to stay in the house once I do, so that will go in my car once I finish the video. These are leftover products from Father's Day from church, and my husband will use these in his truck, so we need to put them out in the building so that they're with our automotive stuff. And again, this stuff just kind of gets dropped here. This is my trash bin, my trash bag from my other videos. I bought these seeds with good intentions, but they ended up getting wet, and so I don't think that they're gonna work now. The containers are all messed up and stuck together, so we're just gonna throw these away. I got them from the Dollar Tree for like 25 cents, 4 of them for $1, so I'm not worried about it. This is an OtterBox container, but we don't have anything that this would go on. I'm not really sure where this came from, so we're gonna get rid of it. This is actually my mom's iron that I borrowed when I was working on some of my curtains, so I need to just give this back to her. I'm gonna set this to the side. This is a book that comes with something that I purchased for a garden that we'll do a video on later, but I don't need this. And then this is my husband's stuff for his truck and work. Okay, so this needs to go back with him, as well as this, because I did spray my cabinets to make them not squeaky anymore. So all of this needs to go back to him. So I'm going to put that to the side so that it can go back out into his truck. This goes with the new steamer that I have, and all of my kind of appliances, or like equipment, vacuums and steamers and stuff, their appliances and stuff goes into that other cabinet, so we'll go there. This I don't use. Trash. I want to try to go through this as quickly as possible. This is for his humidifier, but I know how to use that. Alright. Some of these seed packets still have seeds in them. I did try to grow a garden for the first time this year, but some of these are empty. Some of them still have seeds. So the ones that have seeds, I'll keep for next year. And the ones that are empty, we're going to toss. I want to get a seed organizer that I can keep all of these in. I've seen some people with gardening YouTube channels that have like a photo organizer to be able to keep them in. And I think that would be helpful. Alright, here's one of my clips. I'm not sure how that got in here. And then here's trash. What is this? right away. These are outdoor scissors. We'll keep them. This goes to one of my wallets. I think this has just become an odds and ends bin. So I'm going to throw all of this away. And for right now, because this does work for the seeds, I'm going to put them back in here, as well as my grow light. For my plants. Okay. That cup goes with my plants too. All right, so I think that's everything that's kind of combined together. We'll set it to the side. All of these items will be rehomed when we're done. Title to the video is definitely a truth bomb for sure. Decluttering is continual. You're always going to have hot spots in your house. You're always going to have things that you've organized, and because life gets busy and hectic, they may get disarrayed again. So don't lose heart. Just take 10 minutes or whatever time that you have for that day and try to tackle them and get them back into functioning for you properly. So these light bulb bins are fine. I just need to straighten them up. I'll pull them down just to make sure. Yeah, I had just gone through these, so they're perfectly fine. And this one is good too. This is our batteries. I organized this a long time ago. So here's 2 light bulbs that are out of place. So we'll put those up there. I organized this a long time ago, but as you can see, I'm back here again because they're not always going to stay organized. You're going to have things that you have to go back to, especially if it's a frequently used space and that multiple people are using, because not everybody organizes the same way. If you don't watch The Clutter Bug, that's somebody that I would encourage you to watch, because she talks about the fact that there's different organizing styles or clutter styles. And this should be with my Christmas stuff, so we'll put that there. It's Christmas ornaments. And you know, when multiple people are using stuff, things are not going to get stored the same way, because we don't all have the same thought process on how things should be stored and where it should go. Again, something for the car. Don't need that in here. This is our battery bin. I also put the clickers for our car. We have a couple extras. But, you know, it's real bad about just having trash. Like when you go to use something and then you've used it up and the plastic and the wrappers just get put back in place, which makes it something extra that we have to dig through. So in a space where it's just not your functioning style and your whole family is using it, more than likely you're going to have to go through it multiple times. Okay, so all of our batteries are now good. Put all these back in here. And it's good, you know, the fact that we are going through this, because you can see how many batteries you've used. These are our AAA. They're getting to where they're going to need to be refilled. We're going to need another 9-volt battery. There's no double A's in here at all, so that would be something good to have. Now, we do use rechargeable batteries, but there are some things that the rechargeable batteries seem to have to be recharged quite often after you've had them a while. And so I try to have batteries that don't have to be charged too, because if you are waiting on a battery to charge and it's taking a while and it's something that you need, again, trash bags just up here for no reason, you know, that can get to be annoying. This is a light. Let's see. My husband bought these to start putting them in our house. We're trying to do like the it's not can lights, like overhead lights to have better lighting in our house. And here's just some other odds and ends for the house. So instead of having them in a bag that I don't know what they are, we're going to get rid of them. That's 2 bags leaving the house. We're going to put this light in with our light bulbs so that I actually know where it is when we go to use it. I'm usually the one that finds stuff or, you know, gets stuff when he needs it. And so, to me, the way that I organize, that was a quick 10 minutes. The way that I organize is in big categories. I don't want to have specific lights and specific batteries and so many subsections in the house, but having light bins, if he tells me, Ashley, I'm going to go ahead and put another one of the overhead lights in, then I know exactly where that light is going to be. It's going to be in my light bin. So we finished our batteries. I'm going to put those up here. There's stuff on the bottom. So let me sit this back up here for the batteries. We're going to set our timer for another 10 minutes so that we can do our 10 minutes for today, and we'll keep chatting. So here's timer. It's being set for another 10 minutes, and we're going to get started. Hopefully we can get through this cabinet today. And if not, that'll be okay. So these are household items we'll put somewhere else. All right, so this is an emergency basket. This is a little propane lantern. That would definitely be for an emergency. Oh goodness, I have no idea what some of this stuff is. Matches, lights, there's flashlights in here, there's lighters, and then little tea light candles. This should not be in here, and we can actually throw this pack away. It's like the little furniture protectors for the floor, so we'll put that in the bin that it goes in a second. Alright, so this is definitely all emergency type stuff. This is a DeWalt repair kit for my husband's saw for work. So I'm going to set this to the side with his stuff because I would not know to tell him that this is here inside of our emergency kit if he actually needed it. So we're going to put the propane kit back, and that's everything that should go here. All right, here's another lights. Now these are grow lights though for my plants. We have so many trees in our yard that we don't really get a ton of sunlight. I used these when I was starting my seeds, but I may actually have to put my grow light out at night to help my plants. All right, that can be trashed. This smoke alarm was going off the other night and woke us up at like 3 o'clock in the morning after my son had already been up late, and then got him to sleep and it woke us back up. So I'm gonna ask my husband. I don't know if the batteries just need to be changed or it needs to be thrown away. This heat resistant I guess it's I don't know if it's just a spray paint for the grill. So I think it inhibits rust. So this I'm going to put with our spray paint just because it sprays like spray paint, and that way I should be able to remember where that's at. So this is an inside receptacle for my kitchen, a receptacle box, and this is a voltage tester. I think I might put this voltage tester up here with the lights just because he does check the voltage, and I think he just got this one for an extra one for the house because he has one in his truck, so he doesn't have to take it in and out. And then that way when he goes to do another one of our overhead lights, it'll be there for him to check the voltage before he wires that light up. Okay, so this side of the cabinet is done. There was some papers here. Let's see what they are. This is for a cleaning device that I bought at the Christmas show that I don't even use. So we're going to get rid of that. And then this is for my Dyson, which I'm actually glad because my Dyson I've had for years. My grandparents bought me this for a wedding gift 10 years ago when we got married. But the flap to close the door to keep the dust inside while you're vacuuming broke. And I think I was checking online. It looks like you can get a replacement for that piece if you have the product number and stuff. So I'm going to keep this and I'm going to put it back underneath those bins so that I know where they're at. We're going to go over here to this section now. This is the part that's kind of driving me crazy. So it just makes it hard to get stuff when you need it. Okay, so this is for our air filter, but we know how to use it. This we're not using. I'm gonna throw that away. All right, here's a sewing kit. Another thing for furniture. Tape. This is for our HEPA air filter. I at least need to take down the model number so that we can use those. And then these are all of my labels. I do tend to keep those right there on the top shelf so that I know where they're at when I go to use them, just underneath this basket. So we'll put those there. Sewing. And I'm just trying to quickly go through here and toss anything that we're not going to use. I don't know about y'all, but I can't ever seem to get the command hooks to actually stick to the wall. I saw Clutterbug talk about techniques on how to get them to stick better. And it was, those are Allen wrenches. We have 500 of them, and another tool that my husband bought that's under the other cabinet that has all the varieties in it, so we're going to toss those. This is precision screwdriver and some small parts. This one it's labeled miscellaneous, and it does end up to be miscellaneous items. These are dryer balls. I need to take these down and actually put them here with my dryer because I never remember to use them, and I kind of wonder if it wouldn't help our dryer. We've started having issues where the dryer's not wanting to dry as well, and I think that if I had those in there, it would help. These are odds and ends that we've not gone to in forever, like different varieties of nails, and so I'm going to toss all of that. Not sure what that goes to. I'll have to ask my husband. This, I bought air freshener. I don't like the smell of it. We're going to toss that. Backup Christmas lights. I have a ton of backup lights, so we're going to get rid of those. These are chalk pens. This one I like. It's a marker, so we'll keep it, but this one is like the actual chalk cheap pen from Dollar Tree, and it doesn't write good, so I'm going to get rid of it. Extra keys. Here's another key fob. We'll put that with our batteries. And again, everybody doesn't declutter or organize the same. So where I'm putting stuff, y'all may not put stuff, and that's fine. Here's some more inside stuff. I just like big micro categories of things. This little bin here, and this tray has inside little organization trays that you can see, and so it's just a Mod Podge of mixed matched stuff that we use. Paint opener, which I could probably put that in the inside bin. Super glue. I do think this is a good place to store the super glue just because it's easy to find. Here's another, I think that's like a light cover. And then these are like all the little fixtures, pieces that go to test our dog tags for our electric fence. So that is a lot better. I'm going to try to put all of this, well, our tape is not going to fit. My husband could probably use some of this. I'll keep maybe one for the house and let him take the rest to work for his painting. So we'll put those in the inside bin. Let me pull down some more of this stuff. My hammer and some of the screwdriver, it needs to go into my little toolbox that I have. More tape. Goodness, we don't need tape for a while. Furniture pads. These are like the sliders where you can move your furniture around. I think this is the part that goes to the carbon monoxide and fire extinguisher. Another tape measure. My husband got me this one because it's got the actual 1/8, 1/4, and 3/8 because I'm terrible with the tape measure. But I think that this one does the same thing. So we have 2 tape measures that do the same thing. So maybe I'll put one in my toolbox and we can keep one up here. Here's another battery that needs to be for batteries. All right, that is for our car parts. So typically these go outside. I'll put that up later. All right, now, so we're gonna put this back, which is my labels. We're gonna put this bin back up here. I don't like keeping the cardboard pieces. Let me get my inside bin down and we'll try to go through this. Our sewing kit, we're gonna rehome. This kit is like to fix glasses, sunglasses, and eyeglasses. And we typically store this type of like decon and stuff out in our building for like pests and that kind of thing. So I'm gonna put that to the side to take out. Okay, so we didn't quite make it through this today, but we got really close. We only have our outside bin and then our inside bin to go through. What I'm going to do is, so I don't leave this place in a mess, is put the things that would go in our inside bin in here for us to go through tomorrow. Hopefully there's some things that we can declutter. I have no idea why we have so many tape measures. Probably because you never can find one when you go to use it. But I know that I keep them in my inside bin. And so if I put one in here, one in my toolbox, and then give the other ones to my husband, maybe that'll simplify the things in our house. Because I don't need like multiples in this area. But we'll tackle that tomorrow. So I'm going to put this inside bin back up here. Just so we don't have a mess down here until tomorrow. So we didn't quite get finished today, but we did make a dent. And that's the whole purpose of this challenge, is not to feel like we have to finish everything in one day, but to make the biggest dent and the biggest impact in our home possible in the amount of time that we have. Life is busy and chaotic, and you're not always going to have the time to be able to fully declutter your entire room or entire house in one day. It's just not realistic. I wanted to give you a little bit of truth, but also encourage you today. Decluttering is never going to be done. You're always going to have to be decluttering. I always have to be decluttering because we're constantly buying things and bringing them into our house. You may get your space set like I had and it looked perfectly great, and it's going to get disarrayed because life's going to get busy. You're going to have days where you just run through the door from the grocery store and you have to throw it in place to be able to get dinner cooked and to move on to the next thing that needs to be done for that day. So take a deep breath and give yourself some grace. As you have time, go through those places and reorganize them. It doesn't take that long. We got through quite a bit of bins today. Something else that I'm learning to be strategic on through the years of decluttering and trying to simplify our life, and also mindful of the money that we're spending, is to be very intentional about the purchases that I make. The further that you go into decluttering and to really being mindful about the things that you're purchasing, though you will have to continually declutter, it will be less and less items. As you bring things into your home, try to be mindful, if you have time, at that time to purge some of the items that you're not using, wrappers that might be in place, and bags from Ingles that are in place that you're not even using, to keep that space simplified and streamlined. But the more intentional that we are about the items that we're purchasing for ourselves and for our home, the more streamlined our house is going to stay. Though we do have to continually declutter, it's not going to take this massive amount of time like it does when you're going through your house and decluttering and purging for the first time. Though the truth bomb is that we're never going to be done decluttering our house. If we are more mindful, it's going to be easier and less time consuming to go back through as you need to do the little micro declutters. I hope this video is encouraging today while also shedding a little bit of truth. Thank you so much, guys, for being here again with me today. I hope that you were able to tackle something today. And if you've not been told yet today, you do have value, you are special, and I'm really glad that you're here. Bye, friends.